Have you ever felt like you're constantly walking on eggshells, feeling drained as your partner blames you for their problems, tries to control and manipulate you, subtly undermine your confidence and peace of mind, and leaves you feeling anxious, isolated, and questioning your own self-worth? This might be because you are with someone who has a weak inner self. Being with such a person can make you feel like you're always on edge, trying to avoid triggering their insecurities. Important conversations turn into defensive battles, or that your needs often go unmet because their struggles overshadow everything. Over time, you might start feeling like your own energy and vitality are being drained, leaving you exhausted and depleted. Their personal growth often comes at the cost of your own. Their star shines brighter while their partners fade into the shadows. Let's explore how to recognize these signs and understand the impact they can have on our lives. First, when faced with setbacks, people with a weak inner self often react by either blaming others or engaging in self-criticism. Blaming others is a way to avoid taking responsibility and to shift this sense of powerlessness onto external factors. Shift the blame, they don't have to take responsibility for what went wrong, so that they can protect their fragile self-esteem. On the other hand, self-criticism involves internalizing the failure. They don't just see the failure as an external event, but as a reflection of their personal worth, which lead to feelings of worthlessness. Imagine you're an athlete who just lost a big game, and the weak inner self will be like,
I'm a failure. I'm a total utter failure. I'm a joke.
and in contrast, individuals with a strong inner self view setbacks as opportunities for growth. Instead of blaming others or beating themselves up, they think,
You try to keep me down, I've just come back stronger. You try to cut me short.
they separate the issue from their self-worth, meaning they don't let the setback define them as a person. Interpreting others' actions. People with a fragile sense of self-worth are highly sensitive motion detectors. The slightest movement or sound set them off. A simple comment or a perceived slight can trigger intense emotional reactions, leading them to feel hurt, offended, or undervalued, viewing them as a personal attack or signs of disrespect.
Severe emotional damages.
Wow. Before you know it, they're overreacting and taking things way too personally, all because their dedicated egos can't handle even minor critiques without crumbling. It's a minefield of constant bracing for the next perceived insult or disrespect. Those with a strong inner self are emotionally stable, totally composed when it comes to others' words and actions. They don't take things as personal attacks. Instead, they calmly analyze the situation before reacting, considering context and intentions. They're not easily offended because they understand most mean no harm. They will realize an offhand joke is just banter, or see blunt feedbacks as objective, not a self-worth crusher. This steady poise comes from deep self-worth, based on their value, so they don't need constant validation. Number 3, how they view their own shortcomings and flaws. People with a weak inner self are filled with non-acceptance and criticism of their shortcomings and flaws. They desperately hide these flaws, fearing they will be discovered. When others unintentionally touch on these weaknesses, they often feel shame and anger, as these flaws threaten their self-image. Imagine a friend suggests they go shopping for new clothes. They might feel defensive.
You think I'm fat?
And those with a strong inner self, however, they have completed the process of self-acceptance. They can face their deficiencies calmly and actively seek ways to improve. They don't mind if others talk about their flaws and might even joke about them openly, knowing these flaws don't define who they are entirely. Number 4, defining success. For people with a weak inner self, success is all about external achievement, having wealth, a high-status job, fancy car, etc. If they don't have the money, the prestigious career, the accolades, they feel worthless. Their identity and self-esteem are entirely dependent on external validation. But for those with a strong inner self, The definition of success comes from within. It's about feeling personally fulfilled, having inner peace, and taking joy from pursuing what they are passionate about. They measure success by whether they're making contributions to societies or people around them, like their families, friends, or the community. Their self-worth isn't affected by what is happening on the outside, and they don't need fancy job titles or lots of money to feel good about themselves. Number 5, treating people of different status. People with a weak inner self often adjust their behavior based on others' perceived social standing. These people often feel insecure about their worth. They need to seek for validation from those they see as more powerful or successful. They flatter those in higher positions to gain approval and feel superior by looking down on those just to temporarily boosting their fragile self-esteem. In contrast, people with a strong inner self treat everyone with equal respect, building genuine and authentic connections because their self-worth is not tied to external validations, and they don't need to boost their confidence by seeking approval for those in higher positions or by diminishing others. Number 6, people with a weak inner self fear change and struggle with resilience. Their mindset is often rooted in fear of failure and the unknown. They avoid risk and new situations because they feel overwhelmed by potential mistakes. Imagine their mindset like a piece of fragile glass. Any slight pressure or unexpected change can cause it to shatter. This lack of flexibility means they're easily stressed and can quickly feel defeated. For those with a strong inner self, they're resilient and good at managing their emotions. They handle changes with curiosity and openness, seeking challenges as chance to grow. Think of their mindset like sturdy bamboo. It bends with the wind, but it doesn't break. This flexibility allows them to adapt to pressure without losing their strength or integrity. Number 7, victim mentality. People with a victim mentality often feel like life is happening to them, not for them.
Ugh, why does everything happen to me?
They tend to blame others for their setbacks, avoid taking responsibility, and seek sympathy without looking for real solutions. And this mindset is marked by feelings of helplessness and resistance to change. They might say things like, I can't help it, or I have no choice, reinforcing their sense of powerlessness. In contrast, someone with a strong inner self believes they control their lives and how they respond to events. They see success and failure as results of their actions, not outside forces. This mindset helps them avoid a victim mentality and empowers them to take proactive steps in shaping their lives. People with a weak inner self don't have a strong sense of who they are. They constantly look for the validation and approval from others. Anything or anyone that challenges their fragile self-esteem is seen as a threat. They often try to control, undermine, and manipulate their partners to maintain a sense of security. No matter how confident they might appear on the surface, their inner world is often characterized by insecurity and emotional instability. True mutual nourishment in a relationship can only happen when both people have equally strong, stable sense of self-worth and inner security. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay positive, and keep growing. I will see you in the next video.